All right, thanks, guys. Happy Monday to you. We're coming off an absolutely outstanding weekend in Major League Baseball. Now, yesterday on Sunday, we went 19, 10, and 1 in our leans. And then the day before, we went 17, 9, and 2. So that is carry the 4, 36, 19, and 3. I think my math is correct there. So excellent weekend in our MLB leans. Of course, I can never do this without you guys. So very, very happy to report that to you. But hey, that's in the past. We got to keep it moving on. We got to keep it going. So let's go ahead and begin in the NBA with the Sixers taking on the Raptors. That's going to be an 8 o'clock Eastern tip-off in Toronto. The Raptors open the betting as the 6.5 point favorite. Total open at 219.5. And since those markets opened this one up, not a whole lot of movement on the spread. Believe it or not, we're seeing some pretty good two-way action there, despite Toronto just absolutely decimating Philadelphia in game one. They're up 1-0. But we did see a little bit of movement upward on the total, up to 220.5. So once again, Toronto open and remains -6.5. Total open 219.5 up to 220 and a hook. 53% of the consensus is leaning toward Toronto. 54% shaded toward the under. Right now the Sixers are plus 230 on the money line. So if you like the Sixers in this spot here to bounce back, it's really going to be a tough spot for you. Toronto's 8-2 straight up in their last 10 taking on the Sixers. If you're into historical trends, even worse for you, they're 7-3 against the spread in those 10 games. Now, Toronto is 5-0 straight up in their last 5 ball games, 4-1 against the number in that same category. The Raptors rank 4th in offensive field goal percentage. They're also 6-1 straight up in their last 7 at home, and they are 11-8 against the spread in their games that tipped off at the current number. Now on the other side, the Sixers, well, they failed to cover in 4 out of their last 5 taking on Toronto this season. They're also just 3-9 against the spread in their games that tipped off at the current number. Now Philadelphia is 21st in road points allowed, and they're just 19-25 against the spread away from home this year. Now, total-wise, Philadelphia is 3-0 to the under in their last trio of ball games. Toronto, 80% to the under in their last 10. I'm going to purchase the half a point, slide it down, and lean toward Toronto -6 and the under 220.5 in that matchup there. Before we go ahead and move on, just want to take a quick timeout and welcome you to the show. Got some lines and personal leans out for Monday's NBA, NHL, and MLB action. But before we go ahead and dive into that, just want to remind you to check me out on patreon.com/BrockPage. That is the site that is serving home to my personal website at the moment. And we're doing pretty good in several different categories. Last couple of days struggling on the daily best play. Not going to lie to you there. But we are doing very well in our best friend play, our personal touch play, and most importantly, our exclusive board member play. We're 3-0 in our last 3. 5-2 in our last 7. So a lot of good stuff there on Patreon. You don't have to buy anything. You don't have to sign up. There's plenty of free content there, including my current record in those many categories. So it ain't going to hurt you. Feel free to hit that pause button right now. Open up your browser and type in patreon.com/BrockPage, or just hit the link in the description section below. It'll take you right to that website. All right, guys, let's go ahead and hop back into some more lines and personal leans. Now, all starts are going to be Eastern Standard Time today. And next matchup, we have the Portland Trailblazers taking on the Denver Nuggets. 10:30 Eastern tip-off in the Mile High City. Now, Denver opened the betting as the 3.5 point favorite, total at 216.5. We are seeing movement on both the spread and the total. Steady action on Denver, moving that line to -4. We're also seeing movement toward the under, down to 216. So once again, the Nuggets open 3.5 up to -4. Total open 216.5 down to 216 flat. Right now, Portland is taking 53% of the consensus action, and also 58% is shaded toward the over. Right now, Portland is plus $1.55 on the money line. Now, if you like Portland on the road here, This, once again, is going to be another really, really tough spot for you. Denver went 37-8 straight up at home this year. They're also 27-18 against the spread in that same category. The Nuggets ranked second in defensive rebounding. They're also second in home defensive scoring. Their opponents are averaging just 102 points per contest in the Pepsi Center. Now, a couple more things to add about Denver. They're covering 60% of their games that tipped off at the current point spread. They're also covering 60% of their games as the official home favorite, and they do rank first in home defensive rebounding. So the story there, location. Denver, very, very good on their home court. Now, Portland, on the other side, they failed to cover in 2 out of their last 3. Enes Kanter is questionable for tonight's action. Portland's just 12-19 straight up as the dog, and they failed to cover in 3 out of their last 4 games taking on Denver this season. Now, total-wise, Portland is 12-6 to the over at the current total. Denver 4-0 to the over taking on Portland this season. So with all that in mind, I'm going to go chalky once again. Give me Denver -4 in the over 216 in that matchup there. All right, next sport. We're going to look at some NHL Stanley Cup playoff hockey, and let's take a look at St. Louis taking on Dallas. 8 o'clock puck drop in Dallas. The Stars open the betting as the $1.05 favorite. Pretty much a coin flip when this one opened up. Total open at an even 5 goals flat.